Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, released a new video last year demonstrating how his brain-computer interface company, Neurolink, has advanced its technology to the point where a tiny chip could allow a monkey to play computer games with his imagination. Elon Musk also disclosed at Tesla's AI Day that the business is working on a humanoid robot that will be tasked with boring, repetitive, and risky tasks. Next year, they'll most likely have a prototype ready. Let's take a look at how Elon Musk plans to take over the artificial intelligence industry completely. The year 2022 is shaping up to be a landmark moment in the history of the Neuralink brain-computer interface. For the first time in ages, Elon Musk has been in the press and on Twitter discussing his company. Now Elon is revealing to the public that he expects the brain implant technology to enter human testing in 2022. We saw Neuralink in a pig in 2020 and the Mind Pong monkey in 2021. As a result, a human contender for 2022 would precisely fit the pattern. We are also seeing the brain-computer interface business as a whole accelerate at an incredible rate. During his visit to the clubhouse, Musk described how the company inserted the chip in the monkey's brain and how it could play video games using only its mind. The implanted chips have the ability to read and write brain activity. Musk describes the brain-machine interface as a Fitbit in your skull, claiming it can do everything from cure paralysis to grant individuals telepathic abilities. Musk showed faith in Neuralink's ability to function. He claims that it works well on monkeys and that extensive testing is being carried out to ensure that it is safe, reliable, and that it can be removed securely. Musk stated on Twitter in response to another user's request to participate in human trials, Neuralink is working extremely hard to assure implant safety and is in close discussion with the FDA. Neuralink has the potential to aid in the rehabilitation of patients who have suffered spinal cord injuries. It could aid them in completing a variety of physical activities. On a lighter note, Neuralink said in 2020 that it is developing an interface that will allow consumers to broadcast music directly to their brains. Musk reacted to a question on Twitter by saying that Neuralink's technology would allow consumers to listen to music directly from the chips. According to Musk, the technology could aid in the treatment of mental illnesses, such as depression, addiction, and Parkinson's disease. The goal of the Neuralink, according to Musk, is to allow humans to compete with artificial intelligence. The ultimate goal of Neuralink is to create a digital brain layer that collaborates with existing layers in our natural brain structure. The term layer refers to how the human brain's evolutionary history is organized. To truly comprehend this, one must have a basic understanding of evolution and neuroscience. When the first amphibians emerged and began to move on land, they began to acquire what we now call brains. In humans, these brains evolved into the brainstem. The brainstem and basic amphibian brains manage essentially unconscious life-sustaining tasks, including breathing and blood regulation. This layer will be known as the survival layer. Soon after, animals acquired limbic systems, which are now used for more sophisticated activities such as memory and emotion. The animal layer is what we call the limbic system. When the final primates evolved into early hominids millions of years later, a new brain called the neocortex or human layer began to form. So what is the relationship between Neuralink and our current brain layers? Neuralink simply avoids the lengthy evolutionary biology timetable, one in which brain layers evolve over millions of years, resulting in a fourth layer, the cyborg layer. A surgical robot places a link within your skull and threads thousands of wires to detect when neurons communicate with one another via electrochemical signals. The link detects these signals from neurons and uses machine learning to decode and encode new signals that will communicate with other neurons, impacting brain function directly by affecting the messages these neurons give and receive. With a programmable cyborg layer, the applications are almost endless. The most immediate use case is in the medical field. Paralyzed patients can use their link to wirelessly send signals to their limbs to bypass their injured spine. Patients with permanent blindness can use artificial retinas that send light information directly to the link. The link can process this information and encode it into neuronal signals that mimic those sent by natural retinas. Mental illnesses like ADHD and OCD can also be treated, as the link can effectively measure the number of neurotransmitters in the brain and adjust their production as necessary. There's more to Neuralink than just its healthcare angle. Neuralink can not only fix what's broken, but it can give us more knowledge and computational ability than we could have ever achieved with just our prefrontal cortex human layer. With access to the internet, the link can begin to transmit, store, and process information at inconceivable speeds. Imagine a world where you never forget anything because all of your thoughts are backed up to the cloud. Instead of phoning your friend, you can just beam your thoughts to them without a single word. Consider a new trading strategy. You can now visualize the backtest of the portfolio and adjust the model by just thinking it. Just as Alan Turing could never predict the iPhone, we likely cannot even conceive of the outlandish capabilities of Neuralink. The Neuralink device uses over 1,000 electrodes on ultra-thin and flexible threads that are individually placed to avoid blood vessels and best cover the brain region of interest. So Neuralink is driving much more signal through a much smaller device. Instead of sitting on top of a patient's head and being hardwired into a computer, the Neuralink chip will sit inside the skull and connect with Bluetooth. The existing technology only works inside the laboratory or hospital setting, while the Neuralink can come home with the patient and be used by them throughout their day-to-day lives. And the Neuralink does not even require a brain surgeon. The company's automated robot design imaging systems and software can precisely and efficiently insert the threads through a single 8mm skull opening while avoiding blood vessels on the surface of the brain. So what we can expect to see from the first human trials of the Neuralink device is going to be an interface between the brain and an electronic device. Neuralink is developing an iOS app that will connect to the linked implant through Bluetooth. The app is designed to guide the user through exercises that teach them how to control the iPhone with thought alone. Users would initially learn to control a virtual mouse. Then later, as they get more practice and Neuralink's adaptive decoding algorithms continue to improve, they expect that users would be able to telepathically control multiple devices, including a keyboard or a game controller. Let's now talk about the Tesla robot that's basically going to start dealing with work that is boring, repetitive, and dangerous. What is the work that people would least like to do? Musk did not say if it would be sold or for how much. The robot will have a screen positioned where a human face would be to display useful information. Musk said the robot would have a profound impact on the economy. He said physical work would be a choice in the future, and a universal basic income would be needed. Musk is among the Silicon Valley leaders who have cautioned that technology may eliminate the jobs of many people, so some humans will need another income source. But not right now, because this robot doesn't work yet. Human-like robots have long been a fascination in pop culture, but creating a human-like robot that can perform human tasks has proven incredibly difficult. Artificial intelligence has improved rapidly, but remains far behind the general abilities of even a human toddler. Robotics applications have been restricted to basic tasks in simple environments, such as carrying goods in a factory or autonomously vacuuming a home. Musk's innovative work at Tesla and SpaceX have disrupted the auto and space industries, but he's also earned a reputation for missing deadlines and overpromising. Musk hasn't met many aggressive claims for when Tesla self-driving vehicles would be ready for mass commercial use. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is investigating the safety of Tesla's autonomous driving software, and 2 U.S. senators have asked the Federal Trade Commission to investigate whether Tesla's marketing of its autonomous drive software is deceptive. Musk described the robot as an extension of Tesla's work to build self-driving vehicles. The robot will use the same computer chip and navigate with 8 cameras, no different than Tesla's vehicles. The robot will stand 5 feet 8 inches tall, weigh 125 pounds, and will be able to carry 45 pounds and move as fast as 5 miles per hour. Can we talk to it and say, please pick up that bolt and attach it to a car with that wrench, and it should be able to do that? Well, that will not be the case yet. Please go to the store and get me the following groceries. That kind of thing we think Tesla robot can do. Tesla would start by giving the robot 5 fingers on each hand, but that might change. Musk said at AI Day that Tesla wanted to show it's more than an electric car company. Several of his employees gave presentations touting Tesla's expertise in artificial intelligence, which is critical for developing self-driving cars or a humanoid robot. Neuralink also said in a blog post that it will use the $205 million raised to further develop its technology, which would allow quadriplegics to operate digital gadgets with their minds. To get any of these devices into your brain is very, very high-risk surgery. People may do it because they have severe limitations and there's a potential there to improve their life. But doing it just for fun is not a great idea. Let's hope for the best as we leverage the computer revolution and our general intelligence to ascend to the next stage of our evolution. Or at least not become a house pet to our AI overlords. Well, that's how Elon Musk plans to take over the artificial intelligence industry. What do you think of these AI technologies? Tell us your ideas in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to Tech Rumor for more thought-provoking tech videos.